Hello, everyone. My name is Donna. I'm an American living in Italy. I've lived in Italy since the late 80s, a long time. I think I've lived in Italy the same amount of time that I lived in the United States, and that'll give you an idea of how old I am. I've been asked to talk to you about the yarns in the Borgo de Pazzi Spring and Summer Collection 2021. Last time I talked to you about the two Giza cottons that they have in their collection, in their spring summer collection. And I thought that my next video would be on the silk, the hemp, and the linen, but I had forgotten that there are two other cottons in the collection. One is a 100% cotton, the other is a cotton blend, cotton and silk, and these are Pima cottons. So I thought I would go ahead and talk about these tonight, and then next time I will talk about the hemp, the silk, and the linen. So this is the Pima cotton. It's got a lot more volume than the Giza cotton, and it's very soft. On the brochure, they talk about the feeling of wool. I'd say even cashmere. It's very softer than a merino even, and it does have a little more volume, and it's a beautiful yarn. The colors, which I will show you in a minute, are hand dyed. All of the colors in the Pima and the Pima and Silk are hand dyed, and so you should make sure that you buy enough yarn in the color lot, in the dye lot, in the same dye lot for your project, excuse me, because with a hand dyed, the differences in color are even more than those in industrially dyed yarns. Now, the other particularity of how these are dyed, they have an uneven color, in the sense that in the same hank of yarn, you're going to have lights and darks in the same tone. So when you knit with these yarns, you may want to knit from two balls and alternate rows so that the difference is less noticeable when you add in a new color. Okay, that's just my suggestion. So I don't know if I mentioned, I'm not going to go back and listen. They are 100 gram hanks of 250 meters. Now I'm going to show you the colors, a beautiful selection of colors. These are hand dyed, as I said. We have the neutrals, and then all of these colors. Some of them are a little more noticeable as far as the light to dark. This one, for example, is a little more noticeable. This yellow is a little less noticeable, but they all have this characteristic. It's a characteristic of the yarn. It is not a defect. So that is why I suggest, if you're making something that's in stockinette stitch, for example, a sweater or a top, really to try to knit from two hanks at the same time, alternating rows with row one, the first row with one hank, the second with another, and back and forth. You'll have, your yarn coming off from the left or right, and when you get to the end, or when you get to the beginning of your round, if you're knitting in the round, you just pick up the other yarn. That really helps in blending the different hanks of yarn together, and there is not that noticeable change from one hank to another. Okay, so these are the colors. This is the yarn. Try it, see if you like it. Make sure you do a swatch when you get it. Don't just start knitting your project, because we all know that gauge, needle size are all very subjective to how we knit personally, and so we should always make a swatch. Okay, the second yarn in the Pima line is this one. It's Pima and Silk. This is a very, very pretty yarn. If I show it to you up close, you could see it's got this weighty texture. It's a loose, it's not even twisted cotton ply, and it's plied with a very fine strand of silk, and it creates this wavy look. This is also hand dyed. So the same suggestions that I gave you for the regular Pima cotton hold true for this also. And this comes in 50 gram hanks or skeins, and there's 220 meters in each skein, okay? This can be worked with very small needles, size 1 and 2 US, size, I can't even see, 2.5, 3 millimeters. Of course, if you're knitting a shawl or something in lace, you may want to go up a needle size. And once again, make a swatch and see how this yarn and your knitting style go together. What's written on the ball band is not necessarily what you will obtain. This is just a suggestion to give you a starting point. This also comes in a beautiful selection of hand-dyed colors. The same holds true for these. The colors are quote unquote uneven. They go from lights to darks in the same color. And these are the colors that this is available in. Wide selection of, can you see them all? Wide selection of colors, your neutrals, and then some beautiful spring and summer colors. Both of these yarns go well into the fall, especially the Pima cotton, which is a little bit heavier, and even this if you're knitting shawls or wraps. And these are the two Pima yarns in the Borgo de Pazzi collection. I encourage you to try them out, see how they are, swatch, and let us know if you like them. I will be back in a day or so, and I will talk about, I promise, silk, hemp, and linen. That's it for now. Take care and knit on, as my guru Elizabeth Zimmerman would say.